This week we've really been talking about multiplying by multiples of 10. And so you'll notice that problem A, let me get my pointer on, A is really kind of paired with B, that they're the exact same problem except B is just times 10. C is paired with D, E is paired with F. So once kids figure out the first one, they're able to figure out the second one just by multiplying by 10. 2 times 16, my recommendation would be taking 16 and breaking it into 10 and then 6. So we're going to say 2 times 10 plus 2 times 6. We know 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 6 is 12. Add them together and we get 32. To multiply that by 20, we just go ahead and we put that times 10 in there and put that 0 on the end. Looking at number 2, they're doing the same thing. They're taking this 20 and they're really breaking it apart into 2 times 10. Let's see if we can make that multiply sign look a little better. So when we do that, what we're really telling kids is that we're doing 6 times 2 times 10. Because if I look like this, 2 times 10 is the same as 20. And I've even told kids to go ahead and take your fingers and cover up both sides. So instead of covering it up, I'm going to just kind of white it out. So I could pretend that that 6 isn't there on each side. And then what I'm really saying is 20 equals 2 times 10. Same thing goes like on B. I could cross off the 8s since there's an 8 on both sides. And now I'm really saying 30 equals 3 times 10. For the multiples wheel at the bottom, we're looking at, again, kind of a pairing of 2 and 20, 3 and 30, 6 and 60, 9 and 90. So once you do, for example, 4 times 2, we're going to write 8. That's kind of the same thing as saying times 10, so we know 8 times 10 is 80. So looking at the back page, number 5, we have a story problem that's going to help a lot by drawing a picture. So it says that Kyra is putting up streamers. She uses 75 feet of streamers to decorate one wall. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my 75 feet on one wall and label it 75 feet. It says 2 more walls also each use 75 feet. So I'm going to draw my 75 feet on this wall and my 75 feet on this wall. And then it says for the last wall that she cut it 75 feet, but it has a poster, so she only needs 68 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and pretend that the poster is in the corner. And then right here, this is the poster. So now it wants me to figure out how many feet of streamers did Kyra use in all. Well, I could do 75 times 3. I'm going to put that in parentheses, plus 68. If I do that, I know that 75 times 2 is 150, plus another 75 is going to give me 225 plus 68. I'm going to do it this way so I can kind of stack and add. So 5 plus 8, 13. Instead of saying a 1, I'm going to say 10. So 10 plus 20 plus 60 is 90. And then 200 plus nothing is 200. So how many feet? We're going to make sure we put that label on there in the end. 293 feet. Our challenge is actually something that hopefully shouldn't be that much of a challenge. It's probably more of a challenge because it's a 2-step problem. But kids have had lots of practice with 2-step problems already. So Luis is making 6 sheets of cookies, and each cookie sheet has 13 cookies on it. Plus, he's making 4 trays with 16 cookies on each. How many cookies and brownies did Luis make in all? So here's where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of break apart this 13, and instead I'm going to say 6 times 10 and 6 times 3. On the other side I'm going to say 4 times 10 and 4 times 6. So when I do my multiplying, and then I add them together, I'm going to get 78 cookies on this side. I'm going to multiply these out, and I get 64 brownies. So now I need to take 78 plus 64, and then when I add them together, let's see, that would be 12 142. My answer is going to say brownies and cookies. That's my label since I have 2.